I'm Meredith with XT, and today I'm talking with Chris about his JKU. Thank you so much for joining with me today.
Thanks, Meredith.
You have a 2018 Jeep Wrangler JKU Sport. You have 17 by 8.5 inch DV8 true beadlock wheels with a 10mm offset. Give the Jeep an aggressive stance. You have the 37 by 13.5 R17 Maxxis Razor mud terrain tires, and then the 3-inch rough country lift kit. Can you tell us a little bit about why you chose this setup in particular?
I took the trail tires mainly for off-road use, so I could air down, I think, is the most important thing. I get a little bit more tread on the trails when I'm airing down with the beadlocks.
So what does off-roading look like to you? Are you doing a lot of crawling? Is it mainly fire trails? What's it look like?
Yeah, my crawling is usually on lots of rocks, creek crossings, slippery conditions. We do a lot of badge of honor type of trails. We do get extreme to the point where the larger tires do help.
So starting off with the wheels, again for everybody watching at home, Chris has the 17 by 8.5 DV8 true beadlock wheels with a 10mm offset. Can you tell me why you chose this wheel specifically?
I've seen other guys use the DV8 type of wheels with a 17-inch. The beadlocks with the 32 nuts, you just know that those aren't going to loosen up on you. They're pretty tight. I know I can air down to about 6 pounds, and that allows me to put a ton of tread on the trail.
And is there a reason why you went with this style, as far as like the style is concerned with the wheel and the color?
Yeah, I really do like the black with the silver beadlock ring. I think that just makes it pop and look really nice. That would be the main reason for it.
And then as far as the sizing is concerned, the 17 by 8.5, is there a reason why you chose that particular size?
No, just the 17-inch is pretty much what I wanted with the type of tire I was going to put on it. The more aggressive type of tire, that 17-inch will fit better than most of the other rims.
And the 8.5-inch width of the wheel paired with the 10mm of offset and the fenders give the Jeep an aggressive stance. Is there a reason why you chose that combo together?
I like the way the wheels do come outside that fender a little bit. I think it keeps you off the edge of some rutted areas so that the tire rubs instead of your fenders. So giving that little bit of offset and putting on a wider tire really keeps you from rubbing the edges of your fenders.
The 17-inch wheel paired with the 37-inch tires gives a decent amount of sidewall. Are you happy with the amount of sidewall that you have, especially when you're airing down?
Yeah, definitely puts a lot more tread on that trail. It helps you kind of ride the high edges of your ruts. So you're not falling down into those ruts. You can kind of straddle larger ruts and gulches and large ditches a little bit better because of that extra width.
Well, let's get into the tires. Chris has the 37 by 13.5 R17 Maxxis Razor MT tires. Why did you choose this tire for your off-road setup?
They're very aggressive. They have so much tread on the sidewall that when you do air down, it does seem like you got 15.5 inches on that trail. And they're actually smooth on the road. I do a lot of driving just to get to the trails and back. I don't haul it on a trailer, so I do trust it on the highway as well. So they get very good traction on the highway.
As far as on-road driving, are they quiet? Are they loud? Are they smooth? Can you feel the tire underneath it because it is a mud terrain tire that's a little bit more knobby?
I like the sound of it. Kind of gives it a little growl. It doesn't bother me at all. But the overall handling with the steering components that I have involved with a large 37-inch tire, I keep them aired just slightly down a little bit so they're a little softer on the highway. And gas mileage is not compromised at all with the bigger tire, I don't think.
Why did you choose a 37?
I just love the larger aggressiveness. Keeps you high off the rock. It keeps you high up on the edges of the ruts. Those are the things that I found as I was wheeling, that I didn't want to get a skinny little tire down into those ruts and get hung up. You know, the lockers help too, but you got to have something to grip to make those lockers work properly too. So the large tires just do give you enough clearance to get through with the 3-inch lift.
And then as far as the 37s are concerned, did you have to do any calibration to the Jeep or any additional components for the 37s?
Yeah, I basically got the flash cal and calibrated my speedometer, especially for the highway use. I did re-gear it as well, geared it up to a 513 Yukon gearing. And that is just amazing on the highway for just jumping and getting into gear. And also on the trails, it just gives you that extra power and pull.
Why did you choose a mud terrain over an all-terrain?
I wanted the mud terrain for the trails. I just like the look completely. That's just the bottom line. It just looks really nice compared to a street tire.
Let's get into the suspension. So again, you have the 3-inch rough country lift kit. Why did you choose this kit?
It was just enough, to be honest with you, clearance to get into the garage. And you know, with a 37-inch tire, I knew I had small clearance. I didn't want to go 4-inch lift on a highway and stuff because I just wanted to be a little bit lower to the ground. And I knew I was compromising my capability of crawling or getting over large stones or ledges. So I decided to go down the middle, not 2.5, not 4, but 3. Worked out pretty well.
When you added the 3-inch lift, was there any fitment issues with the 37, especially with the 13.5-inch width?
No, there was nothing that I needed to adjust.
As far as the suspension is concerned, off-road and in off-road situations, how would you say that it handles?
It's incredible how it crawls like a tank when I need it to, especially when you get into using the lockers and being able to pull other people out just makes you even feel, you know, that it's got enough strength to not only get me through the challenge, but also to help others to get through. So I enjoy the rescues and stuff when I can be used, and I can trust my vehicle and the setup the way it is.
So Chris has the 2018 Jeep Wrangler JKU Sport, the 17 by 8.5-inch DV8 beadlock wheels with a 10mm offset, give the Jeep an aggressive stance. The 37 by 13.5 R17 Maxxis Razor tires, and the 3-inch rough country lift kit. And for more videos just like this, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.